Check 1, 2.
Oh man, holy crap! Welcome back. We're live. Week 6 going into 7. It is an eventful week last week. What did you think about last week's games, Garrett?
I had a good week. Did you have a good week?
Cheers. Yeah, it was great, man. Went from scoring 160 to 78 and lost to Gordo. But
Losing to Gordo.
there's worse people to lose to.
Johnson's.
Probably there was some heated debates in the chat last night. We might get to later. Just kind of nice that might be my circus, but not my monkeys. So it's like I just kind of let y'all just run around.
I did bring your name up in it, but
oh great. Well, we might have to adjust that later then. Well, I had a very productive day. If we're just getting to opening up, did my bike ride back in action. We watched Wedding Crashers at the bar last night in preparation for the wedding that we're going to this weekend.
I hope it's not. That'd be weird. Erica's
over here super excited about this prospect.
There's gonna be a lot of newly single people.
New Hampshire.
Everybody's excited about it. No, it's gonna be a blast. I got actually 2 coming up. I got fitted for Raymond's. One of the founding members who made me inspired to do this podcast thing. So
Raymond.
Yeah, ours is way cooler though. So
yeah, fuck them.
Nice.
Our team's doing a lot better than theirs, but we're gonna get it together, man. Still in the playoff fight. As long as you're in the top 8, it's all
I
good.
think you get a 75%.
Yeah.
It's all a good percentage.
One fucking time she wants you.
Yeah. There we go.
Pretty girls trying to be famous. It checks out. We got some games that we're actually gonna go through this week, and I'm gonna do my best to not cuss as much anymore. Maybe YouTube won't flag all my videos. We're gonna start with yours. G squared. Hey,
Yeah. Bijan finally showed up. That was my key player this week.
it's actually a good game.
Bijan mustard.
If it wasn't for him, I probably would have lost. I'm happy about Tank Dell finally showing up.
Love that. That's
And
our guy.
And then Josh Downs. That was a good pickup I had a couple weeks ago.
High on Tank Dell. Nico Collins out.
Yeah. I'm very low, like dropping wise on Tajay Spears. And I should have started Dobbs. Romeo Dobbs on my bench gave me 18.4.
Yeah. Brock Purdy looked pretty good
Yeah.
too.
I can't never get my quarterbacks right. Which one I want to play.
Yeah.
Even though Cousins didn't have a bad game, he just didn't put touchdowns up.
That is a tough spot of having 2 pretty mediocre to good quarterbacks.
Mediocre. Brock Purdy's not mediocre. Neither is Cousins, really, fantasy-wise.
Yeah, it puts you in a bind about you overthink it.
Yeah.
Tank Dell is going to be a top 15 receiver in the next at least 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah. And Zach Ertz is always solid, steady at 7, 8 points a week.
Yeah. Are you worried about Greg's team at all after this loss?
I'm worried about the Justice Hill usage. Henry got more of the carries, but you didn't see Justice Hill a lot in that game, which got him 0.9. But
Who do you have on bye? Why do you have to double start?
well, he always double started because they shared carries for most of the year. But
no,
neighbors.
he's got Aaron Jones on the bench. That's probably
Yeah, maybe. But yeah, with Neighbors being out again, that hurt him a lot.
Yeah.
And the McCaffrey thing.
But say Neighbors comes back healthy, we're not worried about this team at all, right?
No.
We're doing buy or sell this week. I'm buying both these teams to be playoff teams. I'm not worried about either one. Good win though, man. To keep at the top of the standings. So congrats on that.
Well, tied.
Yeah. Trugger's probably got you on points. But
Yeah, he does.
what's the second one? I'll start us off. Ooh, that's fun. Battle for last place and Sheely, aka Trivia Mike, aka Vegan Mike, got off the schneid, man. Beat Michelle 108-82.
Won a game.
They did. They're both, him and Michelle are both now 1-5. So that actually was the battle for last
Baby
place.
steps.
Yeah, so it was win or go home, and he won. So Gets to live for another week. What do you take away from this game?
My mom doesn't have a team.
Who would you rather? What team would you rather have moving forward?
Mike's. Vegan Mike's for sure.
Are you buying his chance to be like the Bengals and make a run at it, or do you think this was like a glimmer of?
He has the opportunity with Burrow, St. Brown, AJ Brown, but
What you doing?
his running
What are
back
you doing?
situation is rough.
Yeah, but I do like that he's in your spot that you're normally in,
Whoa.
where he can pick up somebody on waivers because he is at the bottom.
Yeah, like he picked up when Zamir White went out. He picked up Amir Abdullah,
Yeah.
and then McNichols or whatever his name is. But that's kind of, and then he had Andrews on the bench.
Hello. Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
That was a word from our Miller sponsors.
Yeah.
You buying
Goo
and
Goo
selling?
Gaga. Drink Miller Lite.
You buying and selling anyone here?
I am. I'm out on both these teams, but I am not like hardcore. Like they both suck. I hope you prove me wrong. But I'm out. I'm selling both these teams.
I think Vegan Mike has an opportunity to make a run
If I'm picking one right now, I'd be picking Mike as well. Yep.
because my mom's best player is Camaro, but that's basically it. And I mean, when you have to start Andy Dalton, that's rough.
Yeah.
Oh.
Let's get this one out of the way.
Graham and Gordo, 105 to 79. That's a rough week. Jane Daniels, top scorer, Mr. Consistent.
Yeah, it's weird how much, like, the one game they talked about was me and Gordo's, which wasn't a great game. It's almost like the AI, because AI generates that. It's almost like they heard so much that I was talking about Jay and Daniels.
Yeah,
That was weird. I don't know.
and it's
I
weird
feel like
that
AI is listening to our conversation.
I don't think we've ever had
There's
this.
definitely
We might have, but I'm not sure. But a negative point player on your team and you score over 100 and you win.
Yeah, what sucks, like, on my side was Gordo came to play, 105, that's respectable.
Yeah.
But, dude, like,
Bowers is your
the team I have should be able to beat 105, man. Like,
Yeah.
like I want to be that team that's like, yeah, like, you got to score like 110, 120 to beat me. That's what we're trying to get back together. When Mike put respect on his name, Evans, get me 4. It's
Hey.
basically like if you want to look at my record, you go Evans week to week, see how many points he scores. It's actually been he scored like 20, then he scored 3, win, loss. Scored like 30, then he scored like 2. I scored 4. I'm 3-3. So
I think another guy.
bold
that can
statement.
help
I
you
think
out-
I go as far as Mike Evans takes me.
Another guy that can help you out that is I think practicing this week is Nick Chubb. And for you to hold him out this long, and then like you might actually that'd be good.
Nick Chubb was a home run hit or swing that trying to get me over the top because trying to change the narrative for my team.
Chubby.
So not Morning Chubb, Nick Chubb.
So what? So there's a big news yesterday. Devontae Adams for Gordo, going with back to Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, he's on Gordo's team.
Yes.
Gordo's the one that has him.
Yes.
That could make Gordo a contender right there.
Yeah.
I like. That's huge. I didn't realize Gordo had him
Yeah.
because he was not startable in Oakland or I'm sorry, Vegas.
It's Oakland.
Yeah. But that's huge. So going forward, I mean it's your turn. to
I'm
say
buying.
it.
I'm buying both teams. You show that you can put up points with your team, and Gordo with Adams now back to his old fucking running mate and Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, and if Rodgers let me interrupt you real quick. If Rodgers can't do it with that, they have literally wiped this dude's butt with fucking
Yeah.
like they fired the coach. They got you. You have Garrett Wilson. You have Lazard. They gave you everything you needed. They waited for you. They sucked for a year waiting for you to recover from the injury after 3 plays. Like
The
they've
Jets-
just got you your favorite receiver ever. If you can't win now, it's on you, dude.
The
Like,
Jets are the
there's no
Packers.
more excuses.
Jets are the Packers with Rodgers there. Rodgers wanted everything that the Packers had at the time, and now he has it.
but he doesn't want to change. He doesn't like.
No.
There's weird like news that's come out that he refuses to let receivers or running backs run in motion. Motion, dude. They do that in high school, man. That's the name of the game now. What it does is it creates confusion on the defensive side. So if you're setting like basically like what a lot of these commentators have said is that like Rodgers' offense is super predictable, and that's why they've been struggling. They looked better the other night. I will say that on Monday night. I think that was.
Yeah, almost beat the Bills.
It was a good game. Their kicker sucks though, dude.
Yep.
You can't have a
We're
kicker
gonna get
miss
back
two.
to the Bills here in a couple minutes.
All right. Well, you can't have a kicker miss two when you're tied from 30 yards in and expect to win in the NFL. So, well, thanks for buying my team, man.
Yeah, I buy both of those. Y'all both good teams. It's the Asian Bowl.
Is it Asian roll or is it Singapore rice noodles?
The rice bowl.
Yeah, fried rice bowl.
80-60 Asian.
Jensen scored a shit ton of points this week. His team's coming together. Kittle has been what he used to be when Tank used to have him all the time back in the day. He looks like his old self. That's huge in our league. Like I will point out tight ends because it gives you so much of an advantage because there's only like 3 or 4 of them worth of crap, and there's 14 teams. So if you have one of the 3 or 4 like that, just sets you. That's a 10-point advantage like off the rip.
Yeah.
I'm also really big on kickers and defenses, and Jensen's kicker got him 15, and his defense got him 10. That's going to help you win a lot of games.
Spread on a little bit.
Josh Allen, you don't really need to say anything about that. I don't really trust Tony Pollard, but he had a good week.
Bucking Irving is a free agent in a lot of leagues.
Yeah.
And Shohei's had him on the bench all year. And he's been pretty good all year.
So should Shohei start starting him?
I would definitely start him over Javonte
Williams. I don't like Javonte Williams either.
Yeah, I would definitely start Bucking
Brees
Irving.
Hall on Shohei's side. Sorry, like George calls you Joey. Jalen Hurts. I like Jalen Hurts. Brees Hall finally balled out, dude. And if the Jets are going to be better, your receivers aren't bad.
DK had a bad game. I don't see him doing that the rest of the year. They also played San Francisco.
How do you feel about it? Are you buying or selling either one of these two?
I'm selling on both.
Is that pettiness?
Shohei, yeah. Because Shohei, you don't keep up with it, and you just don't play who you should play. And Jensen, fuck you. Yeah.
Seems like a little animosity. We're building rivalries for the future.
Yeah.
To be determined league name. Establishing friends, building rivalries. I'm always under the impression that like you got a chance, but Jensen, I'm buying his team. They're getting better week to week. He's right there. He's right under me. He's in the top 8 right now. He's right at 500.
And back to that Buffalo thing.
Like with Josh Allen, that's gonna carry you a long way.
He's on the Bills now.
Oh, Jensen has Amari Cooper?
Yes.
That's huge. So he's got the Amari Cooper Josh Allen combo going for him.
We'll see how that works.
That should be big going forward. Plus, like Jensen, like he scored 134 points with his best player on a bye. Kyron Williams was the reason why Jensen won the league last year. He was the number 1 running back. He was on a bye. This team has a chance to go off. Shohei, for me, is a push. I'm going to say sell as of right now, but if he can manage to plug and play the right guys, he has enough studs where it's really just going to depend if these... it's just a lot of them are on bad teams, so it's going to depend if the Jets are competitive. If the Jacksonville can be competitive enough where Thomas can...
I like Thomas. Thomas is he's a good rookie.
Me too, but they got blown out the other day, and he only had 4 points. He didn't even get garbage numbers, so it's like...
Yeah.
Surely I'm not dumping on it, but...
He would have beat you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not... Like I said, I'm not talking crap. I'm just... There's not as much upside, but there's room to... If he finagles some things and where his record's at, if he uses the waiver wire right, I think he's got a shot.
Yeah.
What we got next?
We got... Ooh.
Yeah.
Eric and Brew. This one's rough.
Disappointment.
This is a rough week for Brew. Especially when Marvin Harrison Jr. doesn't score any points. And Eric still puts up 117.
Yeah.
It also doesn't help Brew either with Dak scoring negative .9.
Yeah, Dak has been obnoxious.
He's been up and down all year.
He's not been great.
Jake Ferguson. Surprisingly, Chuba Hubbard, I think is his name.
Hubbard's been great all
He's
year.
been good. Chase Brown.
Chase Brown stepped up.
You got Devontae back now. Yeah. Caleb Williams finally showing that Chicago's won 4 straight.
If Caleb Williams is actually good, that was the one weak spot on Troika's team.
Yeah.
If Caleb Williams shows out, it's going to be really hard to pick against him in any of these games.
And him balling out is helping DeAndre Swift ball out.
Right. If the
because
Bears keep playing well, Troika's team's going to be tough.
I didn't see this just now, but Zach Moss also had no points. And Marvin Jr. had no points.
And if you look at his bench, Justin Jefferson was on a bye.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and he has Pierce on the bench, Lockett on the bench, Evan Ingram on his bench.
Hey.
Yeah, that's... And Brian Robinson, who didn't score. He didn't play this past weekend, but that's still a solid running back. Eric probably has the best team. He has the best team.
Eric does.
Yeah.
Props to you, Troika.
Mixon.
But we've seen, to be fair, we're going into week 7, right?
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure we've seen this Troika team before where you start out 7-8-0. Are you going to be able to finish it? That's the thing. Are you going to be able to make the moves and like do the right thing when it counts? So we're going to see what happens. Going forward, the Dallas, their back's against the wall. So I'll buy Troika's team.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see what Dallas is going to a bye
Girl.
week. So they got a week to get their shit together. I've already heard some things because the ear's close to the ground on some of the moves Brew's making for this week. So I'll call whatever happens this week a wash. I feel like he kind of needs it to like stay in that like real close to the hunt.
He needs a
But
win
even if
this
he
week.
doesn't get it, it's gonna take Dallas like being like who we thought Dallas would be. So my thing is more of like a wait and see, buy or sell after what Dallas does the week back. If they don't look like
But
kick ass, then like
we're probably going to talk about this later, but Dallas is on a bye this week.
There's Evelyn.
no, I'm saying though, I think the bye's coming at a good time because all they're gonna do is hear about how crappy they are for 2 weeks straight. So how do you respond? You know what I mean? So we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
With more stuff.
We'll see.
Yeah.
So you're buying Troika.
I'm
and-
selling right now. It's a push for me though. I will very happily change my mind if Dallas. But if not, if they come out looking like shit, like 2 weeks from now after a bye, after losing the Lions like 49-6, then that franchise is in trouble, and that's all you're gonna hear about on ESPN. So you'll see. What we got next?
Put it back on. Put it back on.
Tank and the Hitman.
Hey, I love to talk about this one. Hitman needed it. I think these teams are pretty similar. Some weeks look better than others.
Sure.
Pop's team needed this. They looked like crap. I think they started out 2-0, lost 3 in a row. Both these teams are 3-3 now, right in the thick of it. I got no problem with either of these teams. Tank put up 95. That could be good enough to win a lot of weeks.
And
Those two
Cook
Blue
and
Jays.
Cook and Pierce not hitting their
Yeah,
points.
they did great with no.
Oh yeah,
Mahomes and
Cook
Kelsey not on
being
a
out,
bye.
and his
Singletary not playing.
and Tank's defense, Cook was they didn't say they weren't gonna play until like 7 o'clock that night, and then the game started at 8. There's a weird thing with you gotta but we don't have a lot of bench spots to prepare for that kind of stuff. And is it really worth dropping one of your best players when you're already, unless your guy's gonna get 40, you're gonna lose anyway? It's kind of like you got to punt on that and just keep your guys and
Yeah.
not draft a backup for a game that they might not
Addison
do
on a
anything.
bye. Singletary not playing. Kelsey, Mahomes on a
I
bye.
will say though, the guy that did back up Cook killed it.
Yeah. Ray Davis.
Who did he play for?
Kentucky.
No. Who is he on? Was he already on somebody's team or somebody picked him up?
I think he's a. I don't know if someone.
No,
picked
he
him
was
up.
on. Wade had him and dropped him. He was on the waiver.
Scroll
I
over to
tried
Sheely's
get him.
team. Sheely picked him up after the game, by the way. So he might have been available.
He was available.
He's not
but
on here.
He wasn't available.
Click on his team right now.
Oh yeah.
Sheely picked him up today.
You would have been able to get him, but that's the NFL's fault, though, if you wouldn't have been able to get him at the time.
They said I had to claim him, not add him.
Click on him.
It was a yellow button, not a green one.
How many points did he get?
16.7.
That's all he got? Yeah. Oh, okay. I thought it was 30.
No touchdowns.
See, okay, so it
So
would have
that
been,
was-
he would have still lost by like 10. Okay. I was about to say, that would have I thought he got like 30. There's one of those running backs. What running back was it that got 30? That was a backup.
Sean Tucker from the Bucks.
The Bucks guy.
He
Okay,
was
that's
he was a
what-
leading scorer this week in fantasy.
But tonight's game would have been really close. But I don't know if that's worth. If Cook's going to come back this week, so is it worth really like you only lost by 10 instead of 30? You know what I mean? Like, it's not. It's still on me. I going forward, I like both these teams. I think it looked good that Stroud finally played better. Barkley had his worst game, and he still won.
He's got Cup not playing yet.
If Cup comes back, that team can do something.
Worthy on the bye. His bench isn't really.
Saints gonna have to make a decision here soon about Mahomes.
I'm gonna ride it out with Mayfield for a second, see how it goes.
I like the Mayfield trade. We don't really normally talk about trades, but that was a good trade.
With your dad, I'm buying. Dobbins is killing it. Debo finally had a game.
I mean, this is the same team 4 weeks
Zay
ago.
Flowers, 9 catches, 132 yards.
Yeah, this was the same team 4 weeks ago. We talked about as being one of the best in the league. You know what I mean?
The
And then
Isaiah Likely thing
Debo
is-
and Cup go out.
The Isaiah Likely hype
It's a
just
roller
went
coaster.
down
It's a roller
fucking
coaster. He caught 2
lot.
touchdowns last week, but what I worry about him is that he had 3 catches for like 15 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
So what I'm thinking going forward, if I'll put Pitts in that spot, and I would start starting.
Worthy or Cup.
Yeah,
Well-
but Cup's got to get healthy. But there's people out there he could pick up for that other spot. But I mean, just at least his lineup looks like that's the lineup can score like 100 or 90 to 100. That'll win you some games.
Yeah.
Get you to be
that's
500,
what I
get you in
do.
the playoffs.
Yeah.
So are you buying or selling those teams?
I'm gonna buy your dad, and then I'm gonna also buy Tank. I'm gonna buy both.
I mean, they're both in the top 8 at this point,
I think Tank.
as of right now.
I do think if Tank didn't have 2 goose eggs though, and they both did something, like if Cook played, if Ray Davis can have that kind of game, I think Cook could have had it even better. And Pierce is interesting because he only really does anything when Anthony Richardson plays.
Weird, yeah, but everybody else on that team,
Yeah, it does get like Josh Downs for me.
yeah, and then
Does good with
Michael
Flacco.
Pittman.
Yeah, yeah.
So
So
Flacco's a better quarterback. I think Pierce, I guess, gets like jump
Pierce
up
is a
balls or
good.
something.
Yeah, he's a good deep ball guy.
Yeah, and Anthony Richardson, that's all he does.
He'll
is,
catch like 2 passes for like 120 yards.
Yeah.
And then that's all he does. But it's like 2 touchdowns.
I was over here Sunday afternoon before that game, and we were talking about like everybody does better with Flacco, but I didn't think about that. But to be fair, he had no relief on his bench that would have made a difference.
Yeah.
Is this our last one?
Yeah. This one's this one's shocking to me. JC and Wade. I think this is the most points JC's ever scored in a game.
I think he's surprising. Let's look at. JC has got the weirdest team, but he's like, I'm pretty sure he's like 4-2.
Yeah, he is 4-2, but like 126 points.
Like, what was his
Yeah,
actor that we said he was?
I don't know.
Christian Bale.
You didn't say that. I'm saying that.
No, that's way too cool. So he scored 96 the first week.
102,
106, 104.
I mean,
so it might be the most consistent team in our league.
but look what he did. He pulled a U last week.
Cheers.
He scored a 74.4 last week and scored 126 this week.
You got to score like 160 before you can start saying you're pulling me, but I get what you're saying.
Like,
either way, I get what you're saying. JC had a great week. I think that I don't dislike his team as much as I thought I did.
I like Montgomery. And Godwin had a hell of a game.
Godwin's been the MVP of his team. What's going to suck is he's getting surgery.
And Olave's out.
So he really needs,
Tyreek Hill you can plug in.
Yeah, but can you?
I mean, you cannot just,
I get it, but his numbers are not good.
Yeah.
His Tua, I haven't heard anything about that in weeks.
I thought I saw something the other day about he's back, but he's not practicing yet.
Tyreek had 20 plus first game, and since then it's been 3, 7, 6, 4.
Which is
5.
weird because if you're Miami, you got to give him the ball, even if it's
they
a run
do that,
play
but other teams know they're doing that, so it's not even creative.
you got to give him a shot. You can't just give him the ball 4 times. You got to give him 8 to 10.
No, I get that, but they're just not very good.
And then Nakua for him. Who knows when they come back? When he comes back.
Okay, since you started this part off, I'm on the fence about JC's team. I think that what I've said in every mid-segment that we've done is that I feel like he's always right there on the cusp of the playoffs and then misses out. Unless his players come back healthy. I know Tyreek Hill's healthy, but unless Tua comes back, same way with Nakua. Because he's having surgery, so he's going out, or I don't know when he's coming back. Unless that happens, and then you can really trust Fields, which I don't. But I guess fantasy-wise, he might get you numbers.
I was saying that Russell Wilson might play this week.
I'm selling JC's team unless he gets healthy.
I mean, he has Jared Goff.
I like Jared Goff.
So if Fields doesn't, first off, I don't know why you're even not playing Jared Goff. Playing Fields instead, but
that's kind of
that's the Pittsburgh bias.
Okay, so that's also what I'm kind of getting at too, is that he does falter based on his biases a lot of weeks, and when you're on that cusp, where it's just start the right guy, and you're a game a win or 2 away at the end of the year, and you didn't make the playoffs again because you started that Pittsburgh guy instead of the guy that's really good. That's what it's a show me thing. I'm not knocking you, I'm just show me.
Yeah. So are you buying or selling?
I am selling unless he gets healthy or shows me that he can start people other than Pittsburgh guys. I'm buying Wade's team. I've already said what I feel about Wade's team. I think McLaurin has been a super stud since they actually have a quarterback.
He does have Jonathan Taylor.
Garrett Wilson's going to be even better with Devontae Adams on the team. I love Jonathan Taylor.
Dude.
Yeah. Algiers fun on the bench. I don't love Kyler Murray, but he's fine fantasy.
I don't like Ayuk.
Yeah, I don't either, but I feel like Roman Dunze might have a chance to. I think Wade's solid enough as a fantasy owner that even on what would be bad to most teams or okay for most teams, he could squeak out 95 to 100. So I'm buying the fact that he'll make the playoff. I don't think this is a Wade championship team, but I definitely think this is a Wade playoff team that you do not want to play in the first round.
Yeah.
If you're the 1 seed, he's the 8 seed, you're happy you at least got the $100 before you lose in the first round.
I love the McLaurin thing.
Same.
Him and Jane Daniels have been clicking.
It just seems to come together for Wade, and Kenneth Walker's a stud. So.
And what's going to happen, you think, with Garrett Wilson with Devontae Adams?
I think it'll benefit him, actually.
You think so?
Yeah.
You don't think you're going to see a decline in points and targets and?
I mean, Garrett Wilson's already been shaky-ish, but I think it benefits you having a stud that gets all the attention. So, I think if anybody it hurts is Lazard.
Yeah.
But
Well, there's another thing out there that Mike Williams is on the trade block. All of a sudden.
yeah,
But no one has Mike Williams, so.
yeah,
I don't
because
think.
Rodgers threw him on the bus the other game. He's like, yeah, we would have completed that, but he ran deep and it was supposed to be a post and just throwing this dude. Rodgers does that though, man. Like feels like he's untouchable, even though he hasn't done shit in 3 years. So that's our first segment. We are buying you as viewers. We're selling all your fucking your chat in the group text BS though. If we come up with mid segment, we'll let you know. If not, we'll pick next week's picks. Cheers.